Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, has finally unlocked access to additional loan from IMF, which means International Monetary Fund, unlock and borrow again 32.8 million US dollars so that he can use the money to develop Burkina Faso. There are some of Africans and some of the Burkinabés that are not happy. You know very well that in the year 2024, Ibrahim Traore came out and declared that he's not going to borrow any money from IMF. What has just happened? And there are some of the Burkinabés that are very happy. They have said that whatever that Traore has done is really amazing, that the money should be used to develop Burkina Faso, that Ibrahim Traore has been developing infrastructure, developing road, but there is still hunger problem in Burkina Faso. Traore has just decided to borrow 32.8 million US dollar to use that money so that he can improve the agricultural condition in Burkina Faso. So many people, some of the people, not so many people, some of the people are not happy with that news on whatever that Traore has done about borrowing that money, because he was the one that declared that he's not going to borrow any money from this international organization. But things are not getting good. Things are out of hand. That is the reason why I've just decided to borrow 32.8 million US dollar and pump it. He has pumped 24 of the money that he has borrowed, 24 million US dollar into agriculture. The other money, he has channeled it to building foundation, building infrastructure around Burkina Faso so that he can improve and give people employment. And the GDP of Ibrahim Traore since last year it was 4.2. Right now it is 5%. It has increased from 4.2% to 5% 2025. It means that Traore is really doing an amazing work in Burkina Faso. That is not our point. That was just a brief news on whatever that is currently happening in Burkina Faso. And on today's story, the terrorist attack has just kept on increasing in Burkina Faso. What has just happened? People would like to know what has just happened today in Ouagadougou. Hello guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the love. God bless you. God bless you. If you are new here, kindly subscribe and click the notification button for you to never ever miss any story that we post here in our channel, because we always focus on whatever that is trending in the world of internet, more so Africa. As we always say, we are Africans and Africa is our business. Our main function is to make sure that Africans are united. Africans are working as a team. If we Africans are united, we are going to move on forward swiftly. That is whatever that has just happened today, where Ibrahim Traore has borrowed 32.8 million US dollar from IMF fund. On today's story, terrorist attack has just kept on increasing in Burkina Faso, but Traore is really doing an amazing work to try and curb this terrorist attack. Remember that he came out and said that he's ready to give in, he's ready to put Burkina Faso in someone's hand if this terrorist attack is going to end. Remember that what made Paul Henry Damiba to be removed out of power by Ibrahim Traore is because of this terrorist attack. Paul Henry Damiba came in and said that he's going to curb this terrorist attack against Burkina Faso, but that is something that he hasn't been doing. So Traore decided in the year 2021 November, Traore decided to overthrow Paul Henry Damiba and took the government as the president of Burkina Faso. After that, we have seen whatever that Traore has been doing in Burkina Faso is really amazing. He has been trying to remove this terrorist attack and finishing them. That is what he planned and that is what he's delivering. This is a president that has been walking the talk. He has been saying and he has been delivering. So he's a president that need a lot of support from our fellow Africans. This is the time that most of African head of state that didn't trust him are right now coming in and supporting him. It means this is a president with a vision. A 37-year-old transforming Burkina Faso is very amazing. He's the president that people are looking after. He's a president that people want in Africa. A president that is standing with his own people. They are little president that can do whatever that Traore is doing. This means that is a president that is working really hard to make sure that the unity between Africa is there. Burkina Faso terrorist attack. There was something that had just happened in Jimbo once again. There was some report that came out and said that the terrorist attack in Jimbo have ended. But what really happened yesterday is going to shock the whole world. Ibrahim Traore managed to arrest 17 another terrorists in Jimbo. These are people that were claiming that they were Burkina-based, but right there, they were harassing innocent Burkina-based in Jimbo. They have just been arrested by Ibrahim Traore. And also, in that convoy on where the terrorists were being arrested, there was some that was a leader. There were two terrorist leader who was also arrested yesterday in Jimbo, and 5 were shot dead by the Burkina-based military. Whatever that Ibrahim Traore is really trying so hard is to make sure that Burkina Faso is free from terrorist attack. Right now, there are so many terrorists in Mali, there are so many terrorists in Niger, and also Nigeria. And the terrorists that are in Nigeria are the ones that are eloping and coming to Burkina Faso, trying to destabilize the government of Ibrahim Traore. There's a lot of insinuation that President of Nigeria, Tinubu, is trying so hard to make sure that Ibrahim Traore is down. Who is this West that is using the African countries to fight against themselves? We have to stop. All the head of states needs to work together here in Africa. For Africa to be strong, for Africa to move forward, it means that all the head of states should come hand in hand and work together to help one another. Like whatever that is happening right now in Israel and Iran. Who is really suffering? Who is really suffering? They are innocent Iranian, they are innocent people that are coming from Israel that are suffering. Africans that are benefiting from the West are going to suffer because of this fight that is going on. If you could have developed Africa, we could not even depend on this West country to move forward. And that is what Traore is fighting for. That is what Traore is really trying so hard to make sure that Africans depend on themselves, because he knew that this thing is going to happen and this thing is going to come in. That is what is just happening right now. We need to work together as Africans. Our main agenda is to make sure that Africa is united and Africa is moving forward as one because of not depending on the West. Right now, there's fighting. There are some African countries that really depend on the Iran. They really depend on Israel. What are they going to do? What are they going to do right now that those people are really suffering? These are names of African countries that really depend on Israel and Iran that are currently suffering right now. The first one is Morocco. The second country is Egypt. The other country is Liberia. The other country is Libya. The other country is Zimbabwe. The other country is Malawi. The other country is known as Djibouti. Those are names of countries that really dependent on Israel and Iran. Right now that they are suffering, they don't have anywhere to get their commodities because of this fight. Like in Africa, the country that really depend on the West so much is Kenya. The president of Kenya, William Kipchirchir Ruto, depends on the West for so long. Right now that US have gotten into the war between Israel and Iran, what is really going to happen? What is really going to happen? That is what Ibrahim Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, have been talking about. This is what he has been championing for. That it's time for Africans to rise up. It is time for Africans to fight for their own goods. Africa is a very good continent. If we work together and we stay together input, we are going to be better. Those West countries are going to depend on Africa. That is what we need to do. Africa, and make Africa strong and stronger. If you're new here, kindly subscribe, click the notification button for you to never ever miss any story that we post here in our channel, because we always focus on whatever that is trending in the world of internet. Until next time, we'll say game over.